the struggle we all face. You want to stop this addiction. You want to build the business. You want to finally get in shape, write the book, or learn the skill. You feel that surge of motivation. You can see the new version of yourself and you say, this time it's different. You've set the goal. You've made the promise to yourself. You've even prayed about it. And then a week later, a month later, you're right back where you started. The old habit creeps back in, the goal feels distant, and you're left wondering, what is wrong with me? Why can't I stay consistent? The real reason you're stuck. I'm going to tell you the real reason. It's not because you lack desire. It's not because you aren't capable. And it's not because your prayers aren't being heard. The only reason you are not consistent and the only reason your goals are failing is because you have not learned to maximize the single most powerful creative force you possess on this earth, your will. The culture of wishing. We live in a culture of wishing. We're told to manifest it, speak it into existence, or just pray on it. And while intention, positivity, and faith are powerful catalysts, they are not the wheel. There's a fundamental principle that many of us misunderstand. God has placed the earth under the jurisdiction of humanity. It is a foundational law. Nothing happens on earth without the direct or indirect will and effort of a human being. You can pray for a harvest from now until you die, but if no one is willing to plant the seed, till the soil, and pull the weeds, the ground will remain barren. It is not a lack of divine power. It is a respect for human will. Your will is the mechanism through which change is enacted in your life and in the world around you. The 3 stages of willpower. So how do you use your will? It comes down to 3 stages. Decision. This isn't a vague wish. A true decision is a clear, sharp, surgical choice. It's a command you give to yourself. You must stop saying, I want to, or I wish I could, and start saying, this is what I am doing. If you want to overcome an addiction, form a new habit, or build a new life, the first step is to make that decision brutally clear. Take out a piece of paper or open a new note on your phone and write it down. Not as a dream, but as a verdict. Don't write, I want to read more. Write instead, I no longer waste my evenings on mindless scrolling. I'm a person who reads books that expand my mind. I will read for 30 minutes every night before I sleep. 2. Declaration. This is your declaration, a clear, actionable statement. This written declaration is not a magic spell. It's a contract with yourself. It becomes the reference point your will is going to use when things get tough. And 3, insistence. Now for the most important part, the insistence. This is where the battle is won or lost. This is where your will is actually exercised. Let's use the example of reading books instead of scrolling on TikTok. You've made the decision. You've written the declaration. Now it's 9 p.m. You're tired. Your brain is craving a cheap, easy hit of dopamine, and a 30-second video provides it instantly. The urge to open that app is overwhelming. This moment right here, this is the entire game. You are faced with a choice. Give in to the immediate pleasure of the old habit, or endure the temporary discomfort of building the new one. Wishing won't help you here. Speaking affirmations might feel hollow. This is where you exercise your will. You tell yourself, I don't care about the urge. I don't care that I feel like watching a video. My decision was to read the book, and my decision is final. Then, you physically force yourself to put the phone down and pick up the book. The first 5 minutes will feel like a struggle. Your mind will wander. But if you insist, if you continue to force your attention back to the page, your decision of what not to do and what to do will become your power. Every time the urge comes to fall back into the old pattern, you recognize it and say no. Then you say yes to the action that aligns with your decision. Liberation through willpower. This is your liberation. Liberation isn't a feeling that just happens to you. It is the result of consistently choosing your long-term vision over your short-term urges. It is the product of an exercised will. When you say no to that addiction and yes to your freedom, you become free. When you say no to procrastination and yes to the work, you become productive. It really is that simple, but it is not easy. It requires you to insist. Building the muscle of will. Your will is like a muscle. The first time you use it to override a powerful habit, it will feel incredibly weak and difficult. You will shake. You will want to give up the resistance and give in to the urge. But if you win that one battle, the muscle gets a tiny bit stronger. The next time, it will still be hard, but just a little bit easier. And if you keep insisting on your decision day after day, choice after choice, your will becomes the stoppable force. You will realize that it was never impossible to live the life you want. The power was within you all along. It was simply a matter of what you chose to exercise your will to do. Putting it into practice. Look at your life. Look at the habits you want to break and the goals you want to achieve. Make a clear, non-negotiable decision. Write it down in a powerful declaration. And then, at every single moment of choice, insist on that decision. Force yourself to do exactly what you decided you would do. That is the secret to living the life you want. Is the only way. Final thoughts. Stop waiting for the mood to strike you. Stop waiting for a bolt of motivation from the heavens. Your life is a direct reflection of the choices you make when it's inconvenient and uncomfortable. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I am doing a series on the power of your will and how to utilize it. Watch out for the next video, but I have a question for you. What is your biggest challenge right now when it comes to breaking free from the circle of a life that feels like it sucks? What is that one habit, that one cycle you're struggling to break? Tell me in the comments below. Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching.